Hi student, welcome to botany class. Today we are going to see the gram staining procedure. So actually the gram staining, it will be help to differentiate the bacteria. If the bacteria is retained during the gram staining, it is retained the violet color mean, that is considered a gram positive. Those group of bacteria is lose the violet color. Instead of that, it will be contained the red color with the counter stain. During the counter stain or secondary staining procedure, those retain the red color mean, that is considered gram negative bacteria. So based on the gram staining, the bacteria is broadly classified into two categories, gram positive and the gram negative. Gram positive means those retain the violet color during the gram staining procedure. Gram negative means those bacteria is lose their violet color, instead of that is a red color when we are using the counter stain or the secondary stain like saffroning. So saffron color is red color. Those retain the red color means that is considered a gram negative because it lose their violet color. Those retain the violet color, that is considered a gram positive bacteria. So in previous videos we have discussed about the classification of virus bacteria based on the shape, based on the flagella. Based on the shape, the bacteria are classified into corpus form, spherical shape or round shape, bacillus, rod shaped bacteria, spring shape, spirula, comma shaped vibrio, and pleomorphic bacteria is one special type, pleomorphic bacteria. It will be changed the shape, that is a pleomorphic. Okay, and then based on the flagella, the bacteria are classified into monotrichous, antitrichous, peritrichous, lophotrichous, atrichous, like that. Monotrichous means it contains a single flagella of any one end. Antitrichous means they have the two flagella in both the end. Lophotrichous, a cluster of flagella, it presents any one end. Peritrichous is contained the flagella throughout the surface. Or enter the surface is where the flagella. Atrichous, there is no flagella. So like that, the bacteria are classified in different categories. So based on the shape, based on the flagella. So the gram staining is also help to differentiate the bacteria, gram positive and the gram negative. So that's why the gram staining is generally considered is a differential stain because it helps to differentiate two group of the bacteria. Okay, so this staining procedure is first developed by a Danish physician Christian Gram in 1884. He is the first man to use the staining procedure, gram staining procedure. That's why we can honor the particular scientist. This is called gram stain, and also we can classify the bacteria gram positive and the gram negative. Okay. So it is a differential staining procedure because we can use a two different stain. That is iodine stain here using gram iodine we are used, and finally we can use the counter stain, that is saffronin we are used. So with the help of these two different stains, we can differentiate the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria. So this is a differential staining procedure, and it helps to differentiate gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Based on the gram staining, the bacteria are grouped into two categories, that is a gram positive and a gram negative. So what is the gram positive bacteria? They have very thick cell wall. The peptidoglycan layer is very thick. Already we know that in the structure of the bacteria, we can already learn. The cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. The chemical composition of peptidoglycan, that is two different compound is present. N-acetyl muramic acid and N-acetyl glucosamine, along with some protein molecule are present. Okay, so the gram-positive bacteria is contain very thick cell wall. Due to this, it will retain the violet color during the gram staining procedure. Those bacteria is retain a violet color is considered gram-positive bacteria. Those bacteria do not retain the violet color, is lose the violet color. It generally considered gram-negative bacteria. Okay. So the gram-positive bacteria is retain the crystal violet, and it's look like it's appear like a dark violet in color. So here, gram-positive, it's look like what? Dark violet in color. Why? Because they have a very thick cell wall. Peptidoglycan layer is very thick. But in gram-negative, they have very thin cell wall. The cell wall is very thin. So that's why it do not retain the violet color. Why it look like a red color mean? We can use the counter stain or secondary stain. Counter stain or secondary stain. That is a sharpening we can use. So these bacteria already it will be loose the color by using the decolorizing agent like ethanol and organic acid. If you use this is a decolorizing agent, it will remove the color from the surface. So due to the presence of thick cell wall, only the surface of the cell wall layer it will be lose the violet color, but the bottom or the inner cell wall layer is contain violet color. But here already is present a thin, so you can easily remove the violet color by using the decolorizing agent. So and finally we can use the sharpening. It's a counter stain or secondary stain. It will be retain finally the red color only. When you see in the microscope, it look like a red color. Why it look like a violet color? Because the gram staining, during the gram staining we can use the gram iodine. It will retain the violet color. Due to the presence of thick cell wall, even we can use the decolorizing agent, it do not lose the color, gram positive. But gram negative, it's a very thin cell wall, so that's why it will be easily lose the color. And finally, it will be take the color of the secondary stain or counter stain. Okay. So the gram positive bacteria, the cell wall contain the considerable amount of teichoic acid and teichonic acid. Teichoic acid and teichonic acid. Or lipoteichoic acid. Teichonic acid or lipoteichoic acid. So this teichoic acid is absent in gram negative bacteria. That is one of the different. The teichoic acid is present only in gram positive, which is absent in gram negative. And cell wall is very thick in gram positive. Cell wall is very thin in gram negative bacteria. And addition to this cell wall, the gram positive bacteria contain some amount of polysaccharide molecule. So here there are different gram positive bacteria is given. Different gram positive bacteria. They all retain the violet color. Okay. So here the cell wall, that is very thick cell wall. Only the peptidoglycan is present outer to the cell membrane. Any other layer is not present in gram positive. Outer to cell wall. But in gram negative, outer to the cell wall, a separate layer of different molecule is present. But here, the cell membrane is a wall boundary, it's a cell boundary. So, outer to the cell membrane, only the cell wall is present. It's made up of only peptidoglycan. That's right. It verify a different layer, no. So that's why it will be retain the violet color during the gram staining. Gram negative bacteria. The cell wall contains the three component lies outside to the peptidoglycan. What is the peptidoglycan? It's a cell wall layer. Can you recall? Because the cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. So outer to the peptidoglycan, the three layer is present, three component are present. But here, can you imagine? Only the peptidoglycan is the outer layer. No any other layer is present outer to the cell wall. But here, outer to the cell wall, there are different layers. So it's a gram positive, it's a cell membrane, so there is a cell wall layer. It's a teichoic acid. So here there will be the TAB teichoic, LTA mean lipoteichoic acid. Okay, so the violet color is represented protein, and this is for peptidoglycan, N-acetyl glucosamine and N-acetyl glutamic acid. So that is a short form in human, N-acetyl glucosamine, N-acetyl glutamic acid. So there is a phospholipid layer, that is cell wall, the cell membrane is made up of the lipoprotein. Okay, so phospholipid layer, this is. So here the multi-layer of the peptidoglycan is present. So here a small layer is present. And there is any other layer is present outside the gram positive bacteria, but outside to the cell wall or peptidoglycan layer, the outer membrane is additionally outer membrane is present and lipopolysaccharide layer. Okay, so lipoprotein, outer membrane and lipopolysaccharide. Lipoprotein, outer membrane and lipopolysaccharide. In addition to that, the periplasmic space is present in gram negative bacteria, but it is absent in gram positive bacteria. So you can clearly, this picture is clearly viewed that. So there is a cell membrane layer in both gram positive and gram negative. Adjacent to cell membrane, the cell wall is present. It tightly fixed with the cell membrane. Okay, so here some space is present in between the cell membrane and the cell wall. That is called periplasmic space. Okay, and then outer to the cell wall, what is present? The lipoprotein. So lipoprotein is present, and outer membrane and the lipopolysaccharide is present. So addition to cell wall, a separate layer is present, but in gram positive there is no any other layer. So that's why during the gram staining, the cell wall retain the violet color. Here it's not retain the violet color because the cell wall is hidden inside a different layer. So gram staining, it will be stain only the different layer above the cell wall is present gram negative bacteria. So during the decolorizing procedure, we can add the eclombin, so it will be easily remove the violet color from this layer. That's why it will be take only the counter stain, that is sapphire or secondary stain. Okay, so the gram negative bacteria have three components outside to the peptidoglycan. Peptidoglycan layer means cell wall layer. They are lipoprotein, outer membrane, lipopolysaccharide. So these are the several examples is given for gram negative bacteria. Okay, so it's the chemical structure or the elaborate structure of the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria. So next is staining procedure. So this is given your book. Prepare a severe of the bacterial culture. So you can take a small amount or 1 drop of the bacterial culture and place on the slide, glass slide. So here, place on the glass slide and make it smear. Smear means we can spread the culture in the entire slide. Okay, there is a smear. And stain with the crystal violet. So we can stain with the crystal violet for 30 seconds. And then rinse in distilled water for 2 seconds. So slow running tap water. We can use very slow running tap water. So we can rinse So rinse with just we can show the slide of the slow running tap water. That is rinse in the distilled water, especially for distilled water, the purified water. Distilled water for 2 seconds. And then gram iodine is added for 1 minute. So crystal violet and the gram iodine is added. It will be placed for 1 minute. After the adding the gram iodine, we can rinse the slide with the distilled water. And then we can use the decolorizing agent. Why we can use the decolorizing agent? Mean the excess stain may be present in the slide. The excess stain may be present. So we want to remove the excess stain. We want to observe only the bacteria. So that's why we want to remove the excess stain is present in the slide. We can use the decolorizing agent, that is 90% ethanol or acetone for 10 to 30 seconds. So this is a decolorizing agent. So that's why we can use this. The gram negative bacteria will lose the violet color. Okay, and again rinse with the distilled water. So after we can add, again we can rinse with the distilled water. And then saffron, that is a counter stain. We can consider this is a counter stain or secondary stain. Counter stain or secondary stain for 30 to 60 seconds. Again we can rinse with the distilled water. And now we can see this slide with microscope. So we can clearly see that some bacteria, it will look like a violet color. Some bacteria look like a red color. So those bacteria look like a violet color, means these bacteria consist a gram positive. Those bacteria, it look like a red color, means these bacteria consist a gram negative bacteria. Okay. So here, so overall we can have secondary stain, that is saffron. It will be retained the violet color, means this consists a gram positive. If do not retain the violet color, that is look at red color, means this consists a gram negative bacteria. Okay. That is a gram staining procedure. Listen, first we can add the gram violet color and then gram iodine, and finally we can use the counter stain, that is a saffron. So these three stains are used in gram procedure. First one, gram iodine, gram crystal violet, and second one is gram iodine, and finally we can use the counter stain or secondary stain, that is a saffron. Those retain the violet color, mean crystal violet color, mean that is considered a gram positive. Those do not retain the crystal violet, means considered a gram negative. Okay. So now we are going to the difference between gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Previously we can say some difference. The presence of very thick cell wall, presence of very thin cell wall. Periplasmic space is present only gram negative. Periplasmic space is absent gram positive. And then the teichoic acid and lipoteichoic acid, these are present only in gram positive. Is absent gram. Like that we can discuss a few things between the difference between the gram positive and the gram negative bacteria. Now we can clearly see what is the main difference between the gram positive and the gram negative. So first one is cell wall. So the gram positive is a thick layer. It's measured up 0.015 millimicron to 0.02 millimicron. So length it will vary from 0.015 to 0.02. It is very thin, so it will measure about 0.0075 millimicron to 0.012 millimicron. Rigidity of the cell wall, that is hardness. Rigidity means that is a very hard nature. The gram positive, it is very rigid due to the presence of the multi-layer peptidoglycan. So the presence of peptidoglycan, it will look like very rigid. And it will be elastic. Why? Because only a few layer, few thickening is present there, peptidoglycan. So after that, remaining is made up of the polysaccharide mixture, lipoprotein and a polysaccharide mixture. So that's why it looks like elastic. Okay, so why the gram positive is very rigid cell wall? Due to the presence of peptidoglycan, multi-layer peptidoglycan. So here it will be very elastic. Why? Because due to the very thin layer of the cell wall, instead of that outer to the cell wall, the many layer is present. This layer is made up of only lipoprotein and a polysaccharide mixture. So next different chemical composition of the cell wall. Gram positive bacteria, peptidoglycan is 80%. Out of 100, 80% only the peptidoglycan is present. And polysaccharide is 20%, addition to the teichoic acid are present. In gram negative, peptidoglycan is 3 to 12. Here, it is 80%, that means it's very rigid. It is only 3 to 12%. So, remaining percentage is fully occupied by polysaccharide and lipoprotein. And then one more thing, teichoic acid is absent in gram negative, teichoic acid present in gram positive. So, the another different, the outer membrane. There is no any outer membrane because the cell wall is the outermost boundary of the cell. There is no more layer. But in gram negative, a different layer is present. 3 layer. Lipoprotein, outer membrane. So like a different layer is present outer to the cell wall. Periplasmic space is absent. Periplasmic space is present. Already I told you, no, periplasmic space. So this is a periplasmic space. It's only present in gram negative, not in gram positive. And then the different layer is present outer to the cell membrane, cell wall. But here there is no more layer is present outer to the cell wall. The peptidoglycan layer is outermost. But here outer to the peptidoglycan layer, a separate layer is present. Periplasmic space is absent and present. Susceptibility to penicillin. It will be very high and it is very low. Okay. So susceptible tolerate to penicillin. It is very high to tolerate the penicillin, but it is very low. And then the nutritional requirement, that is relatively complex and relatively very simple. Gram positive is a relatively very complex nutritional method. And gram negative is very simple nutritional method. Flagella is contain 2 basal poly ring in gram positive. 2 basal poly ring. Gram negative contain 4 basal body ring. And lipid and lipoprotein. It will present very low content, but it will contain very high. Lipopolysaccharide layer is absent in gram positive, but it is present in gram negative. Lipopolysaccharide layer. We already seen the structure, no? Thank you, student.